Good morning, students. I welcome you to this mathematics class, and we are discussing here class 12 mathematics syllabus, and we were doing continuity exercise 5.1. Now we are discussing today question number 20 of exercise 5.1 till question 19 we have discussed in the previous video. The question says that you have to check the continuity of the function fx equal to x square minus sine x plus 5 at the point x equal to y. So now we people will find out that whether the limit as x tends to pi fx is it same as the value of the function at the point pi. This we have to check. So now, since there is no need to find out left hand limit and right hand limit, because this function has got same definition in left and right of the function, and therefore we find out limit of the function at the point pi. So we have to simply substitute x to be pi. So we get pi square minus sine pi plus 5, and the value of sine pi is 0. So we get pi square plus 5. Now we have to find the value of the function at the point pi, which is equal to pi square. How do you get this value? In this expression, in this one, you put x to be pi. So we get pi square minus sine pi plus 5, which again comes out to be pi square plus 5. So we can see that the limit of the function fx at the point x tends to pi is same as value of the function fx at the point pi, and therefore we can say that function fx is continuous at the point x equal to pi. Now look at question number 21, and you have to discuss the continuity of the following functions. Before we discuss this question, let us revise a few theorems and results that we have done in the previous videos. First one is that if fx and gx are two continuous, we have already studied that if fx and gx are two continuous functions, fx and gx, it is given that both of them are continuous. Then we have got the result that their sum fx plus gx will be continuous, their difference fx minus gx will be continuous, their product fx into gx will be continuous, and their quotient fx upon gx will also be continuous provided gx is not 0. This condition gx is not 0, this is applicable only for this rational functions. So keeping this thing in our mind, now we go to a part of 21st question, which says that sin x fx is sin x plus cos x. So now what will you write? Here you can see, you can say since sin x and cos x both are continuous functions, hence sin x plus cos x will be continuous, sin x minus cos x will be continuous, and sin x into cos x will also be continuous, using the result that I have discussed here. Sin x plus cos x will be continuous, sin x minus cos x, sin x into cos x. So we have used this result to do this question. Now question 26 says that you have to find the value of k, and it is given to you that this function is continuous at the indicated point. Here the indicated point is pi by 2. So that means the function is continuous. So we can write it is given to you that function fx is continuous at x equal to pi by 2. And what you have to find? You have to find value of k. Now students, let us go through the function. Function is k cos x upon pi minus 2x when x is not pi by 2, and function is 3 when x is pi by 2. That means the value of the function at x equal to pi by 2 is 3. And when x is not pi by 2, the definition of function is this. So that means that when we shall calculate the left hand limit or right hand limit, this is going to be the fx. So now we have to check. Let us use what we are given. Since the function is continuous and therefore the left hand limit of the function at pi by 2 is equal to right hand limit of the function at pi by 2 equal to value of the function at pi by 2. Or I can write left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to f pi by 2, and I call it equation number 1. So now I have to calculate the left hand limit. What is left hand limit? Left hand limit formula is limit h tends to 0 f a minus h. Here, since you are checking the continuity at pi by 2 and therefore a is pi by 2. So the left hand limit becomes limit h tends to 0 f of pi by 2 minus h. Now the question is, what should be the value of f pi by 2 minus h? So we can write here in rough that fx is, from here you can see, from here fx is k cos x upon pi minus 2x. If you are not able to understand, I can show you from where I am taking this value. I am taking from here. This function is being used for left hand limit as well as right hand limit. So you can see fx is k cos x upon pi minus 2x. And now if you have to find the value of f pi by 2 minus h, so in this expression replace x by pi by 2 minus h. So you get limit h tends to 0 k cos, and replace x by pi by 2 minus h upon pi minus 2. Again here I replace x by pi by 2 minus h. So this becomes cos, this is cos 90 minus theta, which is sin theta. So k cos pi by 2 minus h becomes k sin h. In the denominator we expand the bracket. 2 into pi by 2 is pi, minus 2 into minus h will be plus 2h. This minus pi, this plus pi, they get cancelled, and we get limit h tends to 0 of k sin h divided by 2h. Now we know k is a constant and constant can be taken out of the limit. So k times limit h tends to 0 sin h upon 2h. This can become the standard limit. So I could take 2 also outside the, so this 2 is also constant. So 2 can also be taken outside the bracket. And this, whatever is left with you, this is the standard limit whose value is 1. And hence we get that the value of left hand limit comes out to be k by 2. Now we have to calculate the right hand limit. And for right hand limit, again the function will remain same. So right hand limit is limit h tends to 0 f a plus h, where a is pi by 2. Now since we already know that this is the function for right hand limit, so that means in this function we shall replace x by pi by 2 plus h, which gives us limit h tends to 0 k cos pi by 2 plus h divided by pi minus 2 into pi by 2 plus h. Now cos 90 plus theta is in the second quadrant, which is equal to minus sin theta, because the value of cos is negative in second quadrant. So we get limit h tends to 0 k into minus sin h. Here you can note down that the value of cos pi by 2 plus h is minus sin h divided by, you expand this bracket, so you get pi minus 2 pi by 2 is also pi and minus 2h. So we get pi and pi, they also get cancelled, and this becomes limit h tends to 0 minus k sin h divided by minus 2h. Here also I can cancel minus with minus, and I can take k by 2 outside the bracket, so I get k outside the limit. So k by 2 limit h tends to 0 sin h by h, and this is the standard limit whose value is 1. So we get k by 2 into 1, that is k by 2. So I have got that the value of right hand limit is also k by 2, and the value of left hand limit also was k by 2. And now look at this, fx is 3 when x is pi by 2. That means f pi by 2 is equal to 3. Now we recall equation 1. What was equation 1? Equation 1 was that it was given to us that left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to value of the function at pi by 2. Left hand limit's value is k by 2. Right hand limit's value is also k by 2, and value of the function at pi by 2 is 3. So I can equate k by 2 to be 3, and the value of k comes out to be 6. Now the next question is question number 28, and the definition of the function is that fx is kx plus 1 if x is less than or equal to pi. So you can consider this to be the real line, and this is any point pi on the real line. This area for left hand side of pi, x is less than or equal to pi, and for right hand side of pi, x is more than pi, and for these points fx is kx plus 1, for these points fx is cos x. So here also the question says that you have to find the value of k, and what is given to you? It is given to you that your function is continuous at the point x equal to pi. So now since the function is continuous at x equal to pi, this implies that left hand limit at pi of the function fx should be equal to right hand limit of the function fx at pi, and should be equal to value of the function at the point pi. That means left hand limit should be equal to right hand limit should be equal to f pi, and this is equation number 1. Now it should be clear to us that for left hand limit the function should be kx plus 1, and for right hand limit the function should be cos x. Now we calculate the left hand limit. So the left hand limit is limit h tends to 0 f of a minus h, that is pi minus h. Now we calculate the left hand limit. Left hand limit is limit h tends to 0 f pi minus h, because the point at which we are checking the continuity is x equal to pi. and we know that fx is kx plus 1 for left hand limit, and therefore f pi minus h will be, replace x by pi minus h, k pi minus h plus 1. Substituting the value of f pi minus h, so we get in place of it k pi minus h plus 1. Now substituting h to be 0 here, so we get k into pi minus 0 plus 1. That comes out to be k times pi plus 1. So this is the value of left hand limit. Now we move to right hand limit. Right hand limit will be limit h tends to 0, f of a plus h, a is pi, that is pi plus h. Now we know that the function for right hand limit is fx equal to cos x. From here, from this figure you can see. Now what will be f pi plus h? F pi plus h will be cos of pi plus h. So cos pi plus h will be third quadrant, and in third quadrant cos theta is negative, so we get minus cos h, and hence limit h tends to 0. In place of f pi plus h we write cos pi plus h, which is equal to limit h tends to 0 minus cos h. Now we put the limit of h to be 0, so minus cos 0 minus cos 0 will be minus 1. So the value of right hand limit has come out to be minus 1. Now we have to see what is the value of the function at the point pi. So now you can see here fx is kx plus 1 when x is less than or equal to pi. It is given to you. That means if you have to find out the value of pi, of the function at pi, you have to use this function. So f at pi will be equal to k pi plus 1, which is same as left hand limit. Now we know, we now recall equation number 1. Equation 1 says that left hand limit should be equal to right hand limit, should be equal to value of the function at pi. The value of left hand limit was k pi plus 1, the value of right hand limit was minus 1, and f pi was also k pi plus 1. So what we get to know from here is, from here we get that k pi plus 1 is equal to minus 1, and therefore k pi is equal to minus 2. So k is equal to minus 2 by pi, which is the required value. Now next we move to question number 30, and question 30 says that fx is a function. You can see this figure, and this is the real line, and this is point 2, and this is point 10 on the real line. All these points which are lying before 2, they are all such x for which x is less than or equal to 2, and for them function is fx equal to 5. These are the points for which the x is between 2 and 10, and for them the function is ax plus b. These are the, here you get the points for which x is greater than or equal to 10, and for them the function fx is 21. Now the question says you have to find the values of a and b such that this function, which I will explain you right now with the help of this figure, is a continuous function. So now students, you know, since for all the points less than or equal to 2, function equal to 5, which is a constant function, and hence it is continuous. Now I am not talking at 2, I am talking for all the points less than 2. Now for all the points which are more than 2 but less than 10, function fx is ax plus b, which is a polynomial, and hence again polynomial function is continuous, and hence function is continuous between 2 to 10 also. Now let us consider the points which are more than 10. I am not talking about on 10. I am not talking about equality on 10, but I am talking about the points which are greater than 10. For them the function fx is 21, and it also being the constant function, it is continuous, because we know Constant functions are continuous functions, polynomial functions are continuous functions. So what can be the point of discontinuity? The point of discontinuity can be either 2, it can be, we have to check it is there or not, either 2 or 10. So we have to check the continuity of this function. It is given to you. No, we don't have to check the continuity. It is given to you. The function is continuous. So at rest all the points, it is obviously continuous. So you will use the continuity of the function at 2 and continuity of the function at 10 and find the values of a and b. Since the function is continuous at the point 2, this implies the left hand limit of the function at the point 2, this is 2 minus indicates the left hand limit, is equal to the right hand limit of the function at the point 2 is equal to the value of the function at the point 2, and we call it as equation number 1. Now we shall be calculating the left hand limit of the function at the point 2. So left hand limit will be limit h tends to 0 f a minus h, and a here is 2 since we are calculating the continuity at the point 2. So we get f2 minus h. Now we see that in left of 2 the function is f5. We can see with the help of this figure also. In left of 2 means this side, left hand side of 2, fx is 5. So the value of f2 minus h will remain 5 only. Now limit of a constant is same as that constant, and hence this is 5 only. So left hand limit of the function at x equal to 2 at the point 2 is 5. Now we are going to find the right hand limit of the function at the point 2. That means limit h tends to 0 f of 2 plus h. Now you can see in this figure that for on right hand side of 2, that is for x more than 2, the function is ax plus b. So that means fx should be ax plus b. Now what should be f2 plus h? f2 plus h should be a times of 2 plus h plus b. So we substitute this value and we get limit h tends to 0 a times 2 plus h plus b. Now we put the limit of h to be 0. So we get a into 2 plus 0 plus b, which comes out to be 2a plus b. So now students, we have already got left hand limit, we have already got now the right hand limit, and now we have to check what is the value of the function at the point 2. So now you can see here fx is 5 when x is less than or equal to 2. That means when x is equal to 2, fx is 5. So the value of f2 is nothing but 5. The value of right hand limit is 2a plus b, and the value of left hand limit is 5. So the equation becomes 2a plus b is equal to 5. This is the one equation that we have gotten, a and b, and we call it equation number 2. Now we are going to use the continuity of the same function at the point 10. Now recall this figure. For x less than 10, that means when x was greater than 2 and less than 10, the function was ax plus b, and for x more than 10, the function was 21. That means for LHL of 10, we are going to use fx as ax plus b. For RHL of 10, we are going to use 21 as the value of fx. So now we first find out the left hand limit, and also it is given to us since the function is continuous as 10, so LHL is equal to RHL is equal to f10, and this is equation number 3. The value of left hand limit is limit h tends to 0 f10 minus h. Since we are calculating the value of the function, we are using the continuity of the function at the point 10. Here a is 10. Now since fx for left hand limit is ax plus b, for left hand limit fx is ax plus b. So limit h tends to 0, f10 minus h means in place of x I put 10 minus h. I can explain you if you have any doubt. You can see here that for left hand limit of 10 fx is ax plus b. Now since you want to find the value of f10 minus h, so you replace x by 10 minus h. So you get f10 minus h is equal to a times 10 minus h plus b. So now if you substitute h to be 0, what do you get? You get a into 10 plus b, which is equal to 10a plus b. Now you have to find the value of right hand limit. Now we calculate the right hand limit of the function at the point 10. So that means limit h tends to 0, f 10 plus h, and the value of the function in right of 10 is 21. That means limit h tends to 0. Since fx is 21 in right hand side of 10, so it remains 21 even if you put x to be 10 plus h. Since there is no x, this is a constant function. Limit of the constant is constant only, so the value of right hand limit is 21. Now let us see what is the value of the function at the point 10. We have to find out f10. So question says that fx is, you can go through the question again, fx is 21 when x is greater than or equal to 10. You can see here fx is 21 when x is greater than or equal to 10. That means for x equal to 10, f is 21. That means f10 is 21. So now f10 is 21. So now again at the point 10, left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to the value of the function at the point 10, which is 21, and left hand limit came out to be 10a plus b, and right hand limit came out to be 21. Value was also 21. Value of the function at 10 was also 21. So we get 10a plus b is equal to 21. This is the equation number 4, we can say that we got. Now we have got one more equation by the continuity of the point 2. Let us write both the equations and solve them by elimination. You can see there here that by using the continuity of the function at the point 2, we got the equation 2a plus b is equal to 5. Now solving these two equations simultaneously. 2a plus b equal to 5. What was the equation number that we gave to this equation? This was equation number 2. So this was equation number 2. Now please solve these two equations simultaneously and let us see what do we. Now we solve these two equations simultaneously by elimination method. We change the signs of second equation, b gets cancelled. 10a minus 2a is 8a, 21 minus 5 is 16, a becomes 8a is 16, and hence we get a is 2. Substituting the value of a in equation number 2, which is 2a plus b equal to 5, we put a to be 2. So 2 into 2 plus b is equal to 5, that is b is equal to 5 minus 4, that is 1. So value of b is 1 and value of a is 2. So now students, I end up this class here because rest of the questions of this exercise are based on composition of two functions, which is not there in your syllabus. So till then, keep revising and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel.